I'm titling this one, Perhaps I'm Crazy, or How to Restore Your High Frequency Hearing. Alright, if ever one of my suggestions needed a disclaimer to happen at the very beginning, this is it. The following is something I've tried and I believe it works for me. Will it work for you? I have no idea. I'm not even sure it's actually helping me or that my improvement isn't psychosomatic. So here's the backstory. A few years ago, I was helping to put up hay here on the farm, and by throwing bales of hay over my head all day long, I finally got my ears full of hayseed by the end of the day. So, thinking back to my college days and the advice I had gotten then about how to take care of your ears, which was basically don't ever stick anything down in there, I was trying to figure out how to get the hayseed out. So, well, to shorten this story, what I ended up doing was I ended up taking a few drops of peroxide and I put those in my ear and I let it bubble and break up the natural wax. And by doing that over and over a few times, it broke down the wax and the hayseed would come flowing out. So I was making progress. I kept this up for about 2 weeks of doing sessions twice a day. I really don't think it took me that long, but I got to where I kind of enjoyed that feeling of the bubbling in my ear. Don't judge me. So I kept on bubbling until I thought it was all cleaned out. All in all, about 2 weeks, probably really didn't need all that, but I did it like daily for about 30 minutes a day, once or twice a day. Now, again, I don't think it really would take that long to get the improvement, but it started feeling good. I kind of enjoyed that peroxide bubbling in my ear. Don't judge me. It's kind of meditative. Okay, so I didn't really do that one with the idea to restore my high frequencies, but I perceived my high frequency hearing was a little bit better after all this was done. So I've done it 2 more times since the original time, about every year and a half or so I do this, and I've noticed the improvement. Now, is it because when I get the wax out of there, that wax was dampening my eardrum, or is it because what I think is going on, it strips the dead skin cells off the tympani in the eardrum and makes it thinner, and thereby it responds better to high frequencies? That's what I think is going on. Did it really restore my high frequencies? Will it work for you? Lord, don't ask me. I'm not sure that I'm just not crazy, but I did it all 3 times I've done it. I've had the perception that my hearing was better. I didn't intend that the first time, but the next 2 times that I did it, I really did believe that my high frequency hearing was a little bit better. So maybe I'm a combination of the little engine that could, or Descartes with the I think therefore I am, and I put those together and I come up with I think I can, therefore I do. But maybe the actual removal of the excess earwax and the dead skin cells actually does serve to lighten the tympani and get a little bit of the high frequencies restored. So here's what I use. It's your basic old hydrogen peroxide. You pick it up in any of the drug stores. This is the 3% stuff. I am not going to suggest anything else stronger than that. So there it is. Now what I do with it is I've got a little dropper bottle. Let me grab that. I've got a little dropper bottle, and I'll lay down on the couch, watch some TV, and I'll put drops in the ear that's up, and I'll fill that up, and I'll throw a little towel over it just in case the bubbling goes crazy. I don't want that going on the couch or anything nearby. So I'll do that, and I'll do it like 15 to 30 minutes, and then I'll drain that ear out. And I'll flip to the other side, and I'll do another 15 to 30 minutes on the other side, depending on how long I have for that session. And I'll do that once or twice a day until for about 2 weeks. And at the end of that 2 weeks, I pretty much give it a rest, because that natural earwax, it's not just there for no reason. You really need that stuff in there. It's supposed to be there. It's a part of the healthy functioning ear, and it should be in there. So don't do it forever, but like I say, I do it about every year and a half, something like that, and maybe I'm just crazy, but the only way to know if I'm crazy is for you to try it. You'll either have a little bit of your high frequency hearing restored in your ear, or you'll determine I'm crazy, but at the very least you'll have the cleanest ears in town. Okay, two things that I should have put in there before I concluded. One was, I wouldn't try this unless you have a perfectly healthy, normal ear. If you get a ruptured eardrum, go see a doctor. Don't do it if you don't have a perfectly healthy, good ear already. And two would be that if your hearing loss is decibels of hearing loss and it's across the entire spectrum, this isn't going to do you any good. Just high frequency is what this is going to help. So don't waste your time if you've got a severe hearing loss. Okay, those are two tips.